This conference will now be recorded.
Hello everyone. So very good morning to all. So in last session, we started about the loop I believe. So just loop the basic of the loop iteration we seen. Let me open the file once again, and let me continue with while, for, and do while. But for in and for off, I will discuss in arrays, not right now here. So even if I am discussing, you may not understand about the exact purpose of for in and for off that we can see in arrays and objects iteration. So once array is completed, I will talk about an object so that it will be easy for you as well. Okay. So first let me open the file. It is taking time. Oh, yeah. So let me go to our directory. So I think I created a file with a name called loop dot thing. Oh, it was gone. Huh? Right. Anyhow, don't worry. So as part of the previous video, if you can see, we know for every loop there is a starting point, there is an ending point. So how do we know, sir, this is a starting point and this is an ending point? That is all about our requirement. I have to repeat a logic 100 times. Definitely 100 times in the sense you have to start from 1 and you have to end with 100. So other than more than 100 is not required for me. So in this point of time now you can just check this for loop where I equal to 0 or I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10 and I plus plus. That is our requirement actually here. I want to print 1 to 10 numbers. The variable I'm declaring inside this. Okay, sometimes you can declare the variable outside also. People will do like this also. If var is declared there, var is not required. Simply we can write like this also, guys. That is of your choice completely. You can see if you want to print 1 to 10 numbers, document.write is the method. So in this just I'm printing the I, and here we can use the break tag. Why I'm using break tag? To print the numbers one by one. Actually this is a string and this is a variable. How can we concatenate the string and variable? What this is exactly? Run the file and you can check the output. If you can see, this is the following output we are having. We're able to see 1 to 10 numbers. Sir, I want to 5 to 10 only. My requirement is 5. So then your starting point is 5. Then you have to make to 5 to 10. Then you can see 5 to 10 numbers only you will get it. Right? So I want to get 5 to 5. Now if you can write 5 to 5, then what is going to be happen? Loop will iterate only one time. Now you can check this. You are getting only one 5. You have to start with 5. You have to end with 5. So I'm taking 50. Now you can see this is the 50 up to 5 to 50. You are able to see all the numbers like this. If you want, you can print 1 lakh numbers also now. This is 1 lakh numbers. Now you can check this. It will take some time to print. It is loading. Can you see the loader is getting loaded? Oh, it is completed. If you can go to the bottom of it, now you can see 1 lakh numbers are printed. But generally, without loop, I'm asking you, can you write 1 to 1 lakh numbers? How much time it will take generally? Right? It may take one day maybe for you. It may take 10 hours at least for you to print 1 to 1 lakh number. What loop is doing exactly? The loop is completing its job within 4 5 seconds. 1 to 1 lakh numbers printing is completed by the loop, right? So loops will always simplify our job, guys, right? It doesn't allow us to hard code the logic. So we can repeat the same logic based on the values, and we can repeat the logic and we can display the output too as per our requirement. Okay, this is fine. Now, if you want to decrement, for example, my requirement is going to be, now you can see this is going to be 10 to 1 is my requirement this time. I mean, what is your starting point? My starting point is 10. Remember, print 10 to one number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. It is descending, right? Then in this point of time I have to start with I. Definitely this is going to be greater than or equal to 1. Definitely you have to take greater than this point of time, and you have to make it I minus minus. You have to decrement the value. What is I plus plus here? I'm writing I plus plus, or I'm writing I minus minus. What is the meaning of it exactly? I equal to I plus 1. That is the meaning of it. You can write like this also there. That is a shorthand operator. We know very well, right? So, A plus equal to B. What is the meaning of A plus equal to B? A equal to A plus B, na? Right? We know these operators we seen in the starting of the sessions, maybe, right? So this is exactly the same. What is the meaning of I minus minus here? So I equal to, you can write I minus 1 exactly. Something like this, guys, whatever it may be. Yeah, the same story will apply. Now you can check this. Now this time you can see 10 to 1 number. Now this is the 10 to 1 in a reverse order. We are able to see. Okay, this is great. Now the next thing, guys, here, uh, I want to print 1 to 10 numbers only. I want to print 1 to 10 numbers, or 1 to 5. Okay, 1 to 5. Then what is our requirement then? It is incremented 1 and I less than or equal to, and 5. You have to take it as 5, guys. Here this is going to be I plus plus. Okay, refresh the page and you can check this 1 to 5. We're getting the 1 to 5. Do you know how this loop is getting iterated? Let me do one thing. What I want to do, let me copy this into a paint diagram. Let me explain you the flow. Okay. So this is what exactly the diagram we are having. Okay. Sorry. Let us copy this and let me open this in print screen, paint. I take in print screen. I'm opening this into the paint. Let me explain you the flow. This is exactly the thing we are able to see. Can you see, guys, here how the loop iteration process will be started? What is the value of I? This is the initial point, means always this is the starting point, right? So we know this is going to be the starting point of the loop. Exactly. This is the starting point of the loop. From here, once value initialized, the next step is going to be condition. This is called condition. So we know, as per the syntax, the first portion is called initialization, second is condition, third one is incrementation. What is going to be happen here? It is checking the value of I. What is the value of I here? 1. 1 less than 5. Condition true na? True. Then only the block of code will be executed. Remember carefully. So we know this is called block of code. If you want to execute this block of code, here this condition should be true. If the condition is true, then only this block of code will be executed. Otherwise this block of code will never execute. Remember, this is very important. So the block of code will always depends upon the condition. If condition gets true, then only the block of code will be executed. Otherwise it will never execute, guys. Okay, right. Now you can see I value is 1, 1 less than or equal to 5. After that, immediately it will execute the block of code. It will execute the block of code as a second step. Once all the statements are completed in this block of code, this block of code may contain 1,000 lines of code or 20 lines of code, or I don't know how many number of lines of code it may contains. But once the block of code get executed, so first the initialization, next the condition, after that block of code. Once this block of code execution is completed, immediately it will jump into the incrementation. So what is the meaning of I value? I value is initially 1. So in this point of time, it is the formula, right? I equal to I plus 1. This is exactly. What is the value of I here? Now if we can check this, value of I is 1 plus 1. It will be 2 now. I value overwrites with 2 now. Then what happen here? It will become here that 1 is going to be override with 2 now. Now I value change it to 2. Again, the loop will be from reinitializer and it will become here. Now this time 2 less than 5. 2 less than 5, condition true. Immediately second block will be executed, 2 will be printed. After that it will be go to here again. This is what exactly. This time I value 2 na. Now 2 plus 1 this time. 2 plus 1 means 3. So then what is going to be happen here for the second iteration? I equal to, it is going to be 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 means it will be 3. Then what happen here? The I value overwrites with 3 in the third loop. So then immediately what happened from here, the loop will be come here. Okay, sorry, actually once it is reinitialized, it will go here. Second time, right, this is exactly okay. Now you can see, so it is overriding the value of I. Again it will go to the initial point. Now it is 3 now. Now 3 less than 5. 3 less than 5 condition true, it will come here, value 3 will be printed, it will be go here. Now it is going to be, now this time this is going to be I equal to 3 plus 1, I equal to 3 plus 1, it will be 4 now. Now what happened, from here the loop will be go here, this is the loop, and I value change it to 4. What is the I value here, it is going to be 4 now. So it will become here 4 less than 5, condition true. If condition true, immediately from here, so it will be come here. This is exactly right. So you can see this is the fourth time, and block of code will be executed, and fourth time it will go here. Now you can see. So now here I value I equal to 4 plus 1, right? Now you can see this time I equal to 4 plus 1, I equal to 4 plus 1, I plus 1, right? It will be 5 now. Now you can see I value changed it to 4 to 5. Now you can see 5 less than or equal to 5, condition true, right? Condition true. Then what happened immediately? The fifth line, let me change the color. So from here the condition will become here, it will be go block of code execution, after that it will go again here. Now it is 5 plus 1. Now what happened here, after printing 5, it is incrementing the 5 plus 1, that will be 6 now. Then high value will be 6 here, this is going to be 6. Then it will come here 6, remember here 6 less than or equal to 5, condition false here. If the condition false, this block of execution is going to be terminated, that won't repeat the code again. So when the condition is getting when the loop is getting terminated, so if the condition becomes false, the loop will be terminated, otherwise loop will be iterated continuously. This is exactly the iteration flow of a loop. Every time initialization, condition, block of code, after that only incrementation or decrementation. Once it is incremented, it will reinitialize the value of I to 1 2 3 4 5 like this. That's why we are incrementing the value. So once value get incremented, and every incrementation it will verify the value I less than 1 less than 5, 2 less than 5, 3 less than 5, 4 less than 5, 5 less than 5, 6 less than 5, condition false, exit the loop automatically. 6 times the loop is going to be iterated, but sixth time the loop is false. Why? Because 6 less than or equal to 5. So it is false. The block of code will never executes. This is what exactly the iteration of the loop, guys, right? So if you still didn't understand, try to watch the video and try to get some idea. Every loop has a flow. Can you see this loop flow is like this? How this loop flow is, you can see the loop is started here, it will come and it will go like this, right? I believe it was like this actually, somewhat. I am not able to draw this exactly. I mean, what I want to tell you, the loop execution is going to be like this exactly. From here the loop execution is going to be like this. I think you are able to understand. That's why yesterday I drawn some diagrams to you, circle, square, rectangle. I asked you, is this is the loop, is this is the loop? Yes, everything are the loops only. Why? Because loop is a closed path. When you will out from the closed path, if the condition false, you will exit the loop automatically. That's what exactly the condition is, guys. Here we are having. Okay, right, great. So now you can see the next thing, guys, here. Okay, so we are able to understand what exactly will be happen every time value will be incremented. Now this is I equal to 10. Now what will be happen? I value will be printed 1 to 10 numbers. Okay, it is printing 1 to 10 numbers. Now guys, my question. I want to print even numbers between 1 and 10. Anybody please. So it is printing 1 to 10 numbers, right? Slowly I am writing some conditions also inside the loop. So these are the 1 to 10 numbers. There is nothing new. Everybody can do it. But now I'm asking you, sir, I want to display even number only. Even number 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 only. I don't want to display the other numbers. Sir, I want to display only the odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 only. I don't want to display some other. Sir, I want to display prime numbers between 1 and 20. So what we need to do, sir, exactly here? So definitely we have to apply some logics in between the loop. Loop is iterating. Loop is giving all the 10 values. But in these all 10 values, we need to identify what is an even number, what is a what is an odd number at least. So how can we identify a number is even or odd? So if the number it is giving for every iteration, the loop is iterated 10 times. First time 1, second time 2, third time 3, like this the loop is getting iterated. For every iteration, we have to verify that number is even or odd not. If it is even, we have to print it. Otherwise, we don't want to print it. This is what I want to do exactly. So in this loop, exactly what is the loop we are having? This is the loop we are having. In this loop, it is printing all the 10 numbers. No, I want to print this documented right if it is an even only. If it is odd, I don't want to print it. So how can we verify a number? So actually, this is the value of I. I modulo division of 2 equal to 0. The current number I it is in the loop only. In the loop I am writing one condition. For every loop iteration, value I 1 divided by 2, 2 divided by 2 equal to 0, true. And 3 by 2, no. 4 by 2, okay. 5 by 2, not okay. Why? Because every time I value is plus 1, plus 1, plus 1. It is, I mean first iteration 1, second 2, third 4. Like this it is right. For every iteration, I'm checking the value. I'm writing a condition. If it is a division equal to true, I mean that is an even number. Now I want to print this. Can you see how we are writing a condition? See, first of all, we should know the requirement to write the logic. Without that, we can't do anything, right? We know very well, right? This is what exactly I written. Now you can check this. You may get only even numbers here. Now you can see I'm getting only even numbers. We're not getting all the things. Why? Because you can see the loop iteration process is important. First time value is incrementing I 1 by 2 is 0. No, it is not going to be printed. Loop is going to be terminated and it will be come here. I value is incremented to 2. Second time 2 by 2 0, right? Matched na. So then it will be printed. 2 is printed, and it is after printing that it will come back to the loop, and this is going to be 2 plus 1, it will be 3. Now I value 3, 3 less than or equal to 10, right? Condition true. 3 by 2 equal to 0, no. So then it will be skipped and it will go here. 3 plus 1, now 4. I value overrides with 4. 4 less than or equal to 10, condition true. Now 4 by 2, it's true na. 4 by 2 equal to 0. So then 4 will be printed. Can you see how the logics are going to be written? Now, I want to make it odd number only. What is an odd number? How can we say a number is odd? Divided by 2, remainder 1. That's all. Now you can check this. I'm just writing here divided by 2, remainder 1. Earlier you taken 0 na. 0 means even number. 1 means odd number. Simply says. Now you can see you are getting only odd numbers. For getting prime numbers, there is some other logic. We have to talk about that. Wait for some time. No need to worry. So what is a prime number? How to work with the prime number? We have to check it. That we will see in a separate program. So this is very nice. So slowly we are able to write the logics. Right? We are able to write the logics. Now you can see. I want to write one more thing. I want to print. Try to see, guys. Here I'm telling the requirement. Print. Uh, 1 to 50 numbers. Okay, 1 to 50 numbers, right? We know that how to print it. Now simply where I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 50. Sorry, what is our requirement? 1, right? 1 and I plus plus, guys. Now you can check this. This is I plus plus, right? Now you can check this here. I'm writing document dot write. In this, I'm printing the value of I and I'm concatenating with the break tag. Then what is going to be happen here? So this is going to be print 1 to 50 numbers, nothing difference. Earlier also we need 1 to 10, yeah, 1 to 50, right? In this, I want to print the divisibles of 5 only. Print 1 to 50 numbers and find the divisibles divisibles of 5. అంటే 5 తో divide, right? We know, right? So if we can divide by a number by 5 and if you got 0, then I have to print that number, I mean 5. So in this 1 to 5 I want to print what I have to print actually 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 50. These only I want to print. I don't want to print others here. Can you see? My requirement is slowly getting changed. Try to understand. Print 1 to 50 numbers. After that, actually, first I did this up to here only. I didn't add this actually. So everybody okay. Now on the same 1 to 50 numbers, I'm asking you find the divisibles of 5. In between, find the divisibles of 5. Now what I want to do here, again the same logic you have tried. So the number I modulo division of 5 equal to 0 or triple equal to 0, whatever you want, you can take it, no problem, right? If it is 0, then that is going to be divisible of 5. That's all. That's now you can check this. Now you can go and you can see you will get the divisibles of 5 only. I'm not getting all the things. I'm not using curly bracket. Do you see here? Without using curly bracket also will it work? But immediate statement only will it work, guys. Whatever you want to repeat, that is going to be, if you see, if you want to execute a group of statements, then you can use block of code. If it is a only one statement, block of code is not required. Seriously, block of code is not at all required if it is only one statement. So now you can see in the for loop also, you can see I'm removing everything. Only one statement I have, right? Now you can check this. Whenever you are having group of statements, after for loop immediately, this will be executed. Now you can check this. It is printing 1 to 50 numbers now. I'm not taking the block of code. If it is only one statement, if it is only one statement, now you can see I'm writing document dot write end. So will it print 50 times? No, it will never print. It will print only one time. Now you can check this where it is printed. It is printed only one time. Is it printed? Oh, it is not printed. Anything wrong here? I don't know. I'm checking this, but it is not printing 50 times, guys. Okay, so oh my god, where is this end? I am not able to see the end message whether it is printed or not. Anything wrong? DOCU, DOCUMENT, spell mistake. Okay, great. Now you can check this. End will be printed only one time, but the numbers are printed. Now you can see end is printed only one time. If you want to print end also 50 times, then you have to block it. Now you can see now all these statements will be repeated, end 1, end 2, end 3, something like this. Can you see? There is a beauty of it. Exactly. Okay, no need to worry about it, right? So what we want to do, this is what I did the logic, guys, earlier. This is a finding the divisibles of a 5 or finding something, whatever it may be. You can write like this, you will get the output things like this, guys. Okay, right. I want to print the second table or the 19th table. So, you know, tables maybe, some tables we are tough to us, right? I'm taking where a table, variable table equal to 17th table, I want to print it. How I want to print, you know, I won't write 17 into 1 equal to 17, 17 to equal to 34, something like this I want to print, and so on, so on. 17 tens are 170. Up to here I want to print it. 17 into 10 equal to 170. This is what I want to do. So if I change the value, for example, if I change this value to 19, it has to print 19th table. Then how can we do this? It is also very simple, guys. Here it's all about the calculation only. Again, for loop 1 to 10 iterations for where I equal to 0, I less than or equal to what is the value of I here we are having. Okay, we have to make it 10. Actually it is not 0, it should be 1. I less than or equal to 10, and it should be I plus plus. Okay, right. Now you can check this document dot write. Inside of it, I'm just going to take the value. Just you can multiply variable table into I. Now you can see you will get the multiples of the 17. Now you can check this. You're getting all the multiples of 17, but you have to break it down. Let me use a break tag here. So document dot write. Here I'm just applying a break tag to bring the output into the one by one. Now you can see these are the multiples of 17. But what is the output I'm expecting? This is the output I'm expecting. In this way, I need to get the output in this point of time. Now you can check this. Now I need to concatenate. That's the only thing. Table, concatenation, I, concatenation. See, I'm going to take table star. Simply, it is going to be star, and this is going to be equal to, that's all. Now you can check this. I think it will be done, I believe. Star equal to table into star something. Oh, again it is 8 star symbol, we have to take it, right? Now you can check this. This is the output we expected, right? Yeah, exactly. So whatever the variable I'm going to change here, now you can check this. I'm making this as a 19. Now you can check this as per the variable changes, and the output also get executed automatically. This is good. Okay, now we are able to print one table. I want to print 2 to 20 tables then. So then what I need to do, what is this logic can do? This logic can print one to, sorry, one table only. It is not print all the tables. Now I'm asking you, I want to print the second table. Now you can check this. Second table is printed. If you want to print the third table, will you copy the code? So now you can check this. I'm copying the code. I'm keeping this as a 3. Okay. Now third table is also printed now. Second table, and this is the third table. If you want to print the fourth table, then will you copy the same code again? And will you make it as a third or fourth or something like this? Will you repeat the code like this? So this is not a good idea. So we cannot repeat the code. Always remember, we have to reuse it. We know what this logic will do. This logic will print only one table. No, I want to print multiple tables. How can we print multiple tables? That too, the range 2 to 20. Print, I'm writing my requirement here. 2 to 20 tables is my requirement. This is my requirement. So let us see how can we print these 2 to 20 tables here. So what this logic will do, this logic will print only one table, but I want to print 2 to 20 tables. Then now you can say, I'm removing this logic, keep it in mind. So just I removed, I'm writing a logic again where j equal to 2, j less than or equal to 20, because I have to start from 2, I have to end with 20 and j plus plus. Now you can go there here. Now you can check this document.write. Inside of it, I'm just going to make it as a j value, and I'm making concatenation operator. Just refresh the page. Now you can check this. I'm getting 2 to 20 numbers, guys, here. I'm not having any table. But whatever the logic earlier you written for printing one table, keep the logic inside of it. Inside a loop, inside a loop. Now you can see this is what exactly we need to do, guys, here. Now what happened here, this logic again, this will print only one table, but this is going to be repeated 20 times. Why? Because this is in the outer loop. I mean 2 to 20 times means almost all 99. Can you see, second table printed, again second table printed. Now you can check this, the same second table is printed 20 times. No, we need to change it, right? Nothing to do, just the value of the table is going to be $j, that's all. I'm changing. Earlier, the table value you provided statically. Now I'm providing the table value dynamically. Whatever the loop it is iterating, initially it is 2, and it will come into the block of code. It will execute 10 times. Second table will be printed. After that, it will exit. It will be 3, and third table will be printed 10 times, and it will be 4. Like this, the loop iteration process, if we can understand, it will be easy. So first try to understand the iteration process of a loop, how the loop is getting iterated, how the things are going to be done. Now you can check this time. If you can refresh the page, you can see the desired output. This is exactly the output I'm expecting. Now you can just refresh the page. It is not responding. Is there anything wrong? Okay, less than or equal to 20, fine. Nothing wrong. 1 minute. Everything is okay, but the Chrome is stopped working. Let me refresh the page. Okay, now we need to see. Yeah, guys, now you can see second table and third table, fourth table, fifth table, like this they're all printed. So if you want, you can add one break tag here. It will be easy for us. Let me do one thing. After printing every table, document.write, I just want to add one break with a line. Now you can check this. I believe it will be easy for us to identify which table is printed. Now you can see, after printing the first table, second table, third table, fourth table, seventh and eighth and ninth, up to some number, what is the extent you provided? No, sir, I want to add 21 to 30 tables. If you want, you can check this. Now it will be printed from 21 to 30. Now we don't want to go for it. Now you can see 21 table, 22 table, something like this. But just changing the value, the output getting executed as we expected. So even you may do some wrong calculation, right? But system won't do the type of calculation. System will definitely will give you a proper output to us, right? Yeah. So this is how we can write the things. In the same manner, logics means always first we need to understand the requirement. Without knowing requirement, we can't do anything. I'm saying you every time, right? Right. So this is what exactly the for loop. We can do lot of examples, and you can also search in the Google for many examples on the for loop. I don't want to discuss many more, but on the fly, in the subject, we can discuss many examples regarding on the for loop and while loop and all, right? Meanwhile, let me talk about the while loop also. So you know while loop and we know for loop. This is the for loop, and we have something called initialization. This is initialization. This is going to be condition, and this is going to be incrementation or decrementation. This is the thing, and this is the block of code. We know that this is exactly the block of code. The syntax of the for loop. What is the syntax of the while loop? Initialization is outside, and here we have while loop. In the while loop, we have something called condition, and this is going to be something. So inside the block of code, we have either some statements. Actually here we have to write some code, whatever it may be. After that, writing some code, we have to increment or we have to decrement. This is exactly the logic. This is the syntax of the while loop. Same guys, but whatever you can do by using for loop, the same I can do by using while loop also, nothing difference. See what I'm saying you? Whatever you can do by using for, the same I can do by using while loop also. But what is the difference, sir? Then why we need to use two loops here? Remember, as for the performance wise, if you can see the loop iteration, what is the loop iteration process? First initialization of that condition of that incrementation decrementation, sorry, after condition done, and this is going to be done. Now you can see the loop execution process will be like this. First initialization, the execution process, guys, try to see. First it will be initialization, second condition will be checked. Okay, so you can see condition checking is the second thing. After that, block of code will be executed. Block of code will executed. Executted. Executed. After that, value will be incremented. Value will increment or decrement. Decrement. Increment or decrement. After that, the fifth step, I value will reassigned. Reinitialize, guys. Value will reinitialize. You will initialize. It will be reinitialized. This is exactly the 5 steps we'll take into the for loop. What will be happen in the while loop? If we can check this, it won't undergo those many steps, guys. Actually, first, as we expected, initialization. This is initialization. Second is condition, immediately condition, and after that, third one is going to be increment or decrement. Exactly. The fourth one is going to be again condition only. Now you can see it won't go for the initialization phase. Can you see the difference? Actually, in every database programming, guys, like Java, .NET, Python, PHP, if you can see, they will use while loop. They will never use for loop for fetching data from database. Why? Because while is very, very faster than the for loop. Because it will undergo 5 steps, but it is not undergoing. It is not reinitialize the value. So once the value get incremented or decremented, again it will verify the condition only. Let me write a small example so that you will understand. Let me remove. But one thing, guys, whatever the logics you written as of now by using for loop, the same logics you can implement by using while loop also. Nothing difference is there. Right now you can just go there. Now I'm going to print 1 to 10 numbers by using while loop. Now you can check this. First of all, we have to initialize the value. Initialization is completely outside. While a less than or equal to 10, and this is the block of code documented or write. You can increment the value or decrement the value. I plus, I'm just taking the break tag here, and this is going to be I plus plus. Increment the value, decrement the value. Can you see this is the initialization, this is the condition, and this is the incrementation, decrementation. The same portions are available in the for loop also now. Now you can check this, the same output you are able to see, 1 to 10 numbers only, nothing difference here. The same output we are able to get it. The same even numbers logic, odd numbers logic, we can write everything inside of it, guys. Here if you want write it, now you can check this. If I modulo division of 2 equal to 0, I want to print it. Incrementation should be at the end of the statement, guys. It should be always at the end of it. Don't write in the starting of it. This should be the last line into the while loop. So now you can check this, the same even numbers, the same odd numbers. If you want, we can get it, no problem about it, right? Now I'm taking I value as 18 or 15, something like this. So I'm reinitializing, I am initializing the value with 18. Now it will become here 18 less than or equal to 10. Condition true now? No, you can check this. You are not getting any output. If a condition is false, initially I'm making the condition false. The block of code will never execute it. We know in the same for loop also. If I value is 1, okay. If I value is more than 10, actually your requirement is up to 10 only, but I taken more than 8, more than 10, then definitely condition will be false and loop will never executed for you. Exactly this is. Now you can check one more scenario here. The same, guys, whatever the logic we have, the same logic we can implement it, right, by using for and by using while. Now you can check this. We have one more loop, guys. What is that one more loop here? Do while. What is the difference between the syntaxes here? Now you can check this. Do while. Now you can check this. This is the same, the do while syntax also I'm writing. You can see there is a little bit difference is there in the while and do while. So this is initialization of that do and the block of code of that condition, while condition. You observe what is going to be happen here. It should be end with semicolon, very important. While loop, do while should end with semicolon at the end of it. So here, first initialization of that block of code will be executed. Finally, condition will be checked. But whereas in the while loop, what is going to be happen, guys? First initialization of that condition will be checked. Of that block of code will be executed. But whereas in do while, first condition of the reverse process actually. Now you can see the steps here. What is going to be happen? So this is going to be done. Initialization of that block of code. This is going to be block of code will be executed. After that condition, this is exactly will be happen there. Block of code will be executed. Once executed, condition will be checked. In the block of code only, value will be incremented, value will be decremented, whatever it may be, guys. Exactly right. This is what exactly we're having. So let me show you a small example. But there is a small difference in the while and do while. Now you can check this. If I take an 18 here, did you got any output here? No, we didn't got any output. Now you can check this one more time before going to the do while. Now you can check this. I'm not getting any output. Why? Because the value is a 10, but the initial value you're taking 18 less than or equal to 10 now. No, right? Then definitely you will be stop the loop execution. Now you can go and check this. I'm writing the do while. Whatever you can do by using while, the same I can do by using do while also. Right? For also. For whatever you can do by using for, the same I can do by using for also. Now you can check this. Now, where initialization I equal to 0, I do block, right? Sorry, it is going to be do. In this do, let me print the value. Document.write, blah write, right? Now you can check this. I'm just taking the break tag here, right? So finally, you have to write the condition, guys. While I less than or equal to 10, exactly, and end with semicolon. Now you can check this 1 to 10 numbers. Now, is there anything wrong? I think incrementation is missing, guys, here. That's why it is went into infinite loop always. Remember, if you are not incrementing the value, I value every time is 0 only. It won't be incremented if you are not incrementing the value. Every time condition is 0 less than 10 only, condition will be true. Then it will be went into infinite loop. Let me stop this. I want to stop. I want to execute the same. So can you see the loop is still iterating because you are missing the incrementation. If value is not incrementing, how this will be done? It won't works, right? Exactly. My browser is also unable to display the logic. Let me do one thing. Let me close the window. It almost went into infinite loop. Let me execute this. Now you are getting 0 to 10 numbers. But now this time I'm taking this as a earlier we taken Okay, now I'm taking the same as 18. Earlier, here we didn't got any output because I value 18 less than or equal to condition false. But can you see, even though condition is false here actually, 18 less than or equal to condition false, but one block of code will be executed, right? What is the difference we observed in the while and do while? In while loop, if the condition false, nothing will be executed. In do while, even though condition false, at least one block of code will be executed. Why? Because in the do while, block of code will execute it first. After that, you can go with the condition. Sorry, we may have some doubt. When to go for while, when to go for do while. Simply says, I want to execute some block of code even though my condition is false. Do while is the best place. If my condition falls, I don't want to execute anything. While is the best place, guys. Here simply says this is what exactly the difference of the while and do while. Only one difference, nothing difference is there. Whatever you can do by using while, the same I can do by using do while. But the only difference is do while, even though condition falls, at least one block of code will be executed, whereas while will never execute the things even though condition falls. Right. So as per the performance wise, if you can see, while and do while and will be the same, and for and while loop is the best. I observed, guys, many of the database programming I see in Java, .NET, PHP, they will always use while loop for fetching data from database because it's the performance wise, it's very good, very faster. That's the reason. So here, for loop is undergoing almost all 5 steps. It is undergoing all every time it has to reinitialize the value. But whereas here it has to exactly in the for loop where you started the loop, you have to go to the same point in the for loop where exactly you started the loop point starting, you have to go to the same point again for the next loop. But whereas in while loop, we don't want to go there, guys. Here you can see exactly this is the code we are having, right? This is the while loop code we are having. We don't want to go to the same point. This is the initial point actually. Next time onwards, when value, okay, 1 minute, let me take this into the paint diagram so that it will be easy for us. Okay, let me explain you in a diagrammatic also. Let us go here. Let me keep the things right. Can you see here what happened? First, the value initialization. This will be done here. After initializing the value, it will become here. It will be checked the condition. The block of code will be executed. Of that value will get incremented immediately. After once value incremented, immediately it will go to the condition only. It won't go to the initial point. Again, I value incremented, it will be 2 less than 10. It will be executed, it will become here. It will go again into the condition only. It will never go to the thing. But earlier what happened, if you can see in the for loop, now you can check this, where exactly I started, I started with 1. If you started 1 here, yeah, again you have to come to the same point. It will check the condition. After checking the condition, it will execute the block of code. After checking the block of code, it will go for the some other thing. But here steps are more, whereas in while loop steps are very less. So that's the reason while loop is very faster. In the most of the applications also people will use while loop only for fetching data from database faster. But like this in JavaScript kind of application, you can use any of the loop, no problem, because we don't have any database now. So, but see, for printing 100 lines, it's okay. You can use any loop. For printing 1 lakh number of lines of code, 10 lakh number of lines of code, while loop is very faster. For fetching 1 lakh records from database, while loop is very faster. Just don't try with the 10 records. By fetching 10 records, sir, I didn't observe any difference here in the loop performance. We cannot observe this. But when we are fetching lakhs of records from the table, you will understand which loop is faster, either for either while loop. Because I can work as a backend also because I know the purpose. See, not only me, every programming language officially says use while loop for fetching data from database because it's very faster, right? Yeah, guys. So these are all the loops. I didn't discuss 2 more loops, that is going to be for in and for off. These we can discuss in arrays. Okay, tomorrow I will start the important concept called arrays. In arrays we can discuss a lot many things, guys. Here maybe arrays may take 4 to 5 sessions around, but very important arrays I want to explain you very neat and cleanly and try to get the things very clear because you won't learn Angular, you want to learn React, or you want to learn some other frameworks, whatever it may be, this concept is help you a lot. So we'll discuss. First, we'll talk about arrays. After that, we will go with object, predefined object. Object is a predefined object. Array is also an object, but object is also predefined object. By using all these things, we have a lot of are there to discuss about this. Okay, that we can see in the next session. So meanwhile, if you have any doubts, let me know, please.